Hi. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the South Sioux City Administration Office, and you are joining our cabinet meeting this morning. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. Some warmer weather today, so that's great. Hopefully you'll get a chance to enjoy some of that. It's an exciting day here in South Sioux City Community Schools. In fact, that we get to start our online learning curriculum at the high school and the middle school levels, and we will also be sending out new packets of information for our elementary students. So I know our teachers, our parents, our students are excited about today and have been working hard. I've seen a lot of good work by our teachers and some anxiety also, but excitement from both students and teachers. And so good luck to you as you get to participate in that. I think the biggest thing is we'll finally get to communicate again with each other in a classroom experience. Only it's going to be a virtual experience, but we'll get better with it every day. The one thing that I'm going to stress to everyone is to make sure you communicate. So that starts from, it's for everyone from the top on down. I mean, it's important for me to be communicating with the school board members. It's important for you students that are logging on today to communicate with your teacher. The teachers that have questions, communicate with your principals. Principals that have questions, communicate here with us, the directors, and we'll just need to keep those lines of communications open. But anytime you either break down that chain by skipping one of those levels, somebody gets left out of the communication, and they're probably the person that has the answer, the one that's closest to the decision. So please, you cannot over communicate, especially in this new virtual learning world. So please keep that in mind. But enjoy. Good luck to everyone today, and thank you all for doing your best. Spread the word to friends, family members that may not be logged on for their classes or may be struggling to either find the communications or they have questions about the class content, how to get to class content, the win times. There's a lot of information out there, and some of us catch on to it right away, just like in a regular classroom. You're going to have to depend on your peers at times for some learning, and then also just reach out to your teacher. So good luck today, and thank you all. I'd like to start our morning with just some public health data from Becky Eckhart. So Becky, please update us. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Becky Eckhart, Student Services Director, and work closely with the Emergency Operations Center, which Incident Commander is Tiffany Hansen, who is in charge of Dakota County Health, and she also works with Deanna Hegberg at the Emergency Operating Center. They do a great job in communicating with us and sharing important information throughout the day. As of this morning, Nebraska has tested 2,345 folks throughout the state, and we have lab confirmed 120 for the state of Nebraska. We continue to be at 0 in Dakota County. And again, like I mentioned last week, it's up to the individual providers, physicians, whether to test and or encourage their patients to self-isolate. Keep doing a good job with that social distancing and hand washing. It is making a difference, and I hear the weather is going to cooperate with us today, and so hopefully everybody can get outside and get a little sunshine. I think it'll do good for all of our spirits if you're able to get out. Keep in mind the social distancing when you're out and about, but hopefully you can get outside for a bike ride or a walk. I'm just going to provide a short update on special education because I know some folks are wondering. Our special educators have been doing tremendous amount of work the last couple weeks behind the scenes, reaching out to their families, connecting with their students. Many of you have participated in many IEPs that we've had since school is closed. We are still held accountable to those timelines for IEPs, so the special educators have been having them remotely, and so great appreciation to everyone that has participated in those, from the principal to the general educator and of course to the special educator who worked to set the whole thing up. We are learning lots of legal documentation so that we can remain in compliance. And again, the special educators are doing a lot of work preparing all that legal documentation so that we continue to meet the new needs of our students who do have disabilities while also remaining in compliance. And they are also ramping up to new online learning tools so that we can begin delivering online instruction like Mr. Strong mentioned. Today we'll be rolling that out to our high school students and then developing a plan to continue rolling that out to all students with disabilities at each level as we ramp up to providing online experiences for all of them. So again, great appreciation to all of our special educators and general educators. We know you're all working so hard on all that, but I had received a few questions regarding special education, so just wanted to take a minute to explain that to everybody. Thank you all for everything you're doing.
All right, thank you, Becky. At this time, I'd like to introduce Tracy Heilman, our Curriculum Director and also Instruction and Assessment Director, and she is going to talk a little bit about today. Like I said, it's an exciting day, and then also what the future holds, and turn it over to her. Thanks, Tracy.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, we're very excited. Online learning begins today at the high school. We will begin online learning next Monday, April 6th at middle school. Until that time, we continue the packet work for middle school, and we will continue the packet work for pre-K through 5 as well. Today is the day when we're asking elementary students and preschool students to come and pick up your new packet from your building. That it will be between 10 and 2 today, and I believe a connected call to those families went out yesterday as a reminder of that. I know that there was some question last week about whether or not to turn in the packets from prior. I need to do a little phone a friend here quickly, and as far as I know, we are not having them. Okay, I'm getting confirmation that that is so. We haven't quite figured out how we could manage having those turned in and ensure that we're safe about all that. We don't want to contribute anything that spreads this virus. That's definite. So that's priority one. However, we do understand we're trying to figure out how teachers and students can stay in communication and how teachers can be there for kids and their learning. We're working on that, and we may be able to come up with a solution eventually, but for now we will not have students turn in their packets. Let's see, middle school again starts next Monday with online learning. In the meantime, another reminder, if you are or know someone who is a student at middle school or high school who has not responded to our survey about having access to internet and things like that, we need to hear from you, and so please spread the word. Contact the school if you have questions or concerns. If you don't have internet, we can help problem solve that with you. And again, we have a number of local internet providers who've been very generous about making everything available that we can for kids and their families in terms of internet access. So please don't hesitate to reach out and ask those questions as you have them. Another thing that we have done in order to make online instruction and just internet access more available for our families is we've extended our Wi-Fi accessibility throughout our high school student parking lot. So Drew and the tech team have done an amazing job and done that very quickly. So that's another spot where anyone can drive up into our parking lot, stay in your car. If you need to do download and upload, you can do that from your car. You don't ever have to get out. So we're excited about that. We have gotten some questions from students and teachers, honestly, and even we have questions too, all of us do, about online learning and exactly what that will look like. I need to say, we are really trying to move mountains here in a very short time. Without doubt, we will learn some lessons and we will make some adjustments along the way. So, just a quick, what we expect this to look like version would be this. Most of our teachers are focusing on recording some instructional content. that students can access possibly live or later on. And maybe students can look at that instruction from the teacher in that video recorded format multiple times. So we're trying to make that piece very flexible, both from the teacher side and the student side, because both teachers and students right now are at home. They have lots of things going on, caring for their own families and things like that. The thing that we are providing live, and we've created schedules at high school and at middle school, is for the student help. We want students to be able to access live help from teachers when they need it. So we've created schedules for that where teachers will be available based on the schedule of class periods in the day for the building that the student attends. Look for that information and actively use it. And please also know that teachers are still available through all the means that they have been in the past. So if you have any questions or need to get in contact with your teacher, email them. And we need students to be checking their email every day, at least once a day. So we have to keep that communication going. So please reach out if you have questions. We've also been asked, what will online learning kind of consist of? It isn't necessarily just a replication of the traditional classroom environment in a virtual setting. We expect there will be less time in terms of direct instruction, and that the overall volume of student work may adjust as well. But that doesn't mean the level of rigor and expectation is lowered. So we know that kids and teachers have all kinds of things happening at home as they're trying to get all of these things done. So, and virtual learning is just not exactly the same as traditional classroom environments. Part of what we have the win time available for online is to address some of those things that typically happen during the class period as well. So again, we're all learning as we go. We need everyone to be patient with each other and ask the questions that you have. We're learning from students and right alongside them too, in terms of navigating a new platform and environment for learning. So hope that helps. Specific questions should be directed to your teacher and or principal, and we'll all work as closely as we can as a team to make sure that our responses are consistent and that we're all available for you.
Thanks, Tracy. A few questions popping up there, Lance.
I think Tracy answered them. There was a question about someone's computer or Chromebook wasn't working, and somebody has, I think, answered that as well, but they just need to call the school or the help desk. And I think
Chris, there on virtual win times, that I think has been shared, hasn't it? That schedule's out there.
Yes, at the high school, virtual win time schedule has been shared, so look for that. Again, though, this is it's a rapidly changing situation, and lots of things are variable sometimes. If we have a glitch with one of the tools that we might use, maybe it's Zoom for win time, we'll figure out other ways to accomplish that, and that's where email and potentially chat within Google Classroom might be used. So there are lots of avenues for that. So what I'm saying with that is be persistent and communicate, and we will get help to students when they need it. So don't hesitate to reach out and ask for that.
So I think what I'm hearing you say, if I'm a high school student, I'm getting up today and I'm expecting to sit there for 6 hours on the computer, that's not going to happen. It's going to be a lot different day than that. You're going to get some intense delivery of instruction, probably in shorter segments. A lot of the learning is going to be on you. So make sure, like we just talked about, first of all, do the work that's given to you, but also engage with your teacher virtually. Take advantage of those win times, take advantage of those office hours that our teachers have set up, and make sure you ask questions. In many ways, as you know, if you have older siblings that are college age, students may be able to advance and learn in better ways using the virtual learning because of the one-on-one interaction with the teacher and your ability to ask some pointed questions, and you don't have all the distractions sometimes that a live classroom brings. There's good and bad of both. So take advantage of that, and I know our teachers are very excited about it and ready and waiting for that learning process to happen. And so, like Tracy had said, tons of work has gone into this. A huge thank you to our teachers, to our administrators, for all the work you've done. I've seen some great things out there on social media about our teachers getting together in PLCs and working on this and ready to set kids up for success today. So just continue to communicate. We'll all get better together and get through this together. And a lot of this, I think, this blended learning approach is something that we're going to keep when we're all back together in a regular classroom again. There's many things we're learning right now that we'll be able to continue to use to enhance our learning and our curriculum going forward. So keep your questions coming. If you have questions, please ask. Like I said, ask the person that is most directly involved that may know the answer. So the teacher, if it's involving a lesson in the curriculum, teachers ask your principal, principals ask your directors, and it's our job to communicate with the school board and the community. So community, send your questions to Let's Talk if there's questions regarding that.
We have a question here. Where/how do high school students get their Zoom meeting IDs/links? They need to join with their teachers.
Okay.
Yes, those are being shared out, and Mrs. Odell has been sending emails and reminders and sharing that information with teachers, and they will be shared out with everyone. So be looking for that. And like they said, we can't emphasize enough, you need to check your email regularly, your student email, and all that information will be shared out, both from a school level as it applies, or from your classroom teacher for the class you're currently enrolled in as it applies. So be looking for that information. But yes, we've figured out a win time schedule, and we have set those things up, and they will be shared out with all of you probably multiple times. So look for those.
I know a lot of that information is out there. Just having a student in my own house that her teachers have been in contact with her student email. So check your student email, people, and those messages will be on there. And I think a lot of kids are all set up and ready to go today. So check your emails, please. Okay. Anything else?
Yes. Do you want me to go?
All right. Very good. Okay. Jill Gill is going to give us some HR updates. If you have other questions, please post those. Lance is monitoring the chat room, so we'll get back to those. All right, HR updates from Jill.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. First off, I would like to give a big shout out and thanks to those para sign language interpreters and building secretaries who are back in the buildings today helping out with those very important tasks that still need to be done as our ongoing work continues. I know that there has been some questions related to the assignments that those folks are performing. There's been lots of communication out about that as well, but just as a reminder for particularly our certified staff, if you have tasks or responsibilities that you would like to ensure that your para or a para in the district can assist with, please direct those to your building principals and building secretaries. They are helping to ensure that those are designated out based on those particular building needs for specific direction. So again, thanks for everything everybody is doing, and we look forward to a continued busy few weeks to come.
Thank you, Jill. Okay, Lance is behind the camera, but he's going to give us some communication updates.
Yes, thank you very much. I don't have a lot more than this already been shared, but I do want to encourage if folks have some neat snapshots of them doing their e-learning today, both from our staff and teachers and administrators, as well as our students. That'd be great if they shared on social media or sent them to me. I'd love to share them out. My camera is getting a little dusty even. I'm not able to go to everybody's home and get pictures, so I'm a little bummed. But I'd love to be able to share some that are out there, or share some success stories, or maybe even some things where you need help with or whatever. Sometimes a picture helps. So anyway, share that out to me. If nothing else, just shoot them to me in an email, and I'd love to see them. So thank you. Anything else, let us know.
All right. And one of our most successful outreaches so far has been grab and go lunches. And breakfast. We want to continue to promote that. So Erin Heineman is in charge of the nutrition services, so she'll share an update on that.
Good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, so it's a day to come get your meals. The sites and the times are the same as last week. So starting at 10 o'clock this morning and going to 12:30, you can come to Dakota City Elementary, Cardinal Elementary, or Covington Elementary. And then starting at 12:45 to 2 o'clock, your principals, teachers, and counselors are going to be delivering meals to the following locations: Lake Village Mobile Home Park, Siouxland Estates, also known as Atticat, Canterbury Village, Riverfront Apartments, and Clacy Park Baseball Field. So like I said, everything the same as last week, except good news that on Thursday, we're going to be sending home enough meals for 4 days for you. So you'll get meals for Saturday and Sunday as well. And we'll remind you of that again on Thursday.
All right. Thank you, Erin. And like Jill said, thank you to everyone that is working today in our facilities, and for those that are helping out support those students in the online learning. I know it's not going to be perfect, but we're putting forth our best effort. Thank you to all who have been working on that, and we'll continue to work on it. So that is our update for this morning. Do we have any questions that popped up, Lance?
We have one on a student's mother told me that the text that went out about this week's work mentioned K through 6 and high school, but not 7/8, just an FYI. Okay. So I think we need to, when we brought Tom on, Mr. Colville last week on Thursday and in the afternoon, and we talked a lot about kind of how the middle school rollout's going to go, and I think they're ramping up for a week from today, kind of kicking that off. Am I right?
Yeah, just a reminder, the 7th and 8th will start next week.
Yeah, and we can go back and watch that again, or just stay tuned. There's more information coming this week. I guess that's the big message. More information to come on that. But I was able to target what audience I was shooting for. So the packet information, I kind of targeted the pre-K through 6th grade group, and then obviously the high school information, which is a little bit different with the online learning piece kicking off today. I targeted the high school, and it did kind of leave a gap there from 7th and 8th grade. And I apologize for that, but I don't have anything for them quite yet.
Yeah.
So, but there's plenty of things they can be doing, but.
Yeah. So once again, like Lance said, last Friday afternoon, that live stream featured Mr. Coviello, the middle school principal, and he talked about what that's going to look like for middle school students. So if you can go back on the Facebook page or our homepage and look at Friday's live stream, Mr. Coviello speaks to what the middle school curriculum will look like. I will thank you all for tuning in. It's looking to be a great day, both in learning and then outside too. It's supposed to be nice. So that's a big part of online learning at home. Make sure you take a break once in a while, get outside, catch some sunshine, and same for our faculty. And just a huge thank you to everyone. So proud of everything that's going on. We've had tremendous feedback from parents and students regarding what we are doing for students, and to keep moving forward during these times with the all-important learning. And as professionals, that's our passion. That's what we want to do. I think I can speak for all of our great employees. We're here to serve. Please reach out, and good luck. Best health to everyone. And we'll talk to you again this afternoon. We're on at 4 o'clock, correct, Lance?
Yes, sir.
4 o'clock this afternoon. Have a great day, everybody.
Can I jump in with a quick reminder? 7th and 8th grade needs to check the shared folders, and or if your teacher has a Google Classroom that they're aware of, check there for your assignments.
And now's a good time to make sure it's all working. So.
Yeah. To hear that, 7th and 8th graders, get on there and check your shared folders. Make sure it's working. Don't wait till last minute, just like regular class. Have a great day, everybody.